Just to let you know, in this video, things are going to get very seedy. So you might notice I am sat under my brolly. It's one of those sort of drizzly mornings, you know, that you don't realise how wet you are until you suddenly look around and think, oh my goodness, I better put brolly up. But it's still fairly mild. It's been really hot, but it's now probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 degrees lower than it has been, so much cooler than the scorching temperatures that we've recently had. So the plan for today is to fish about a rod length out, and what I'm going to be doing is feeding hemp seed and fishing tares on the hook. That's line number one. What I'm also going to do is in the margins, just to my left, close in there, I'm going to feed some sweetcorn and hopefully pick up possibly a tench or maybe even a crucian. So that's the plan for today. Let's see how we go. And the gear for today is probably what you've seen me fishing on the canal with. We've got 11-foot rod, perfect for sort of margin fishing and fishing close in. I've got a 2,500 size reel with 3-pound line on it, and I've got a nice little waggler there. So that's the setup. And that's the hook pattern and size I'm going to start out with. Kamasan B511, size 16 to 2.5-pound line. Works out to 0.12 in new money. And a quick look at the bait. That's the hemp seed I'm going to be using to feed with. These are the tares that I'm going to be using on the hook. And then for the margin swim, I'm going to be using sweetcorn. Now I'm also going to be using another bait that I've never actually caught a fish on before. I've only used it once before, didn't catch anything, but set myself a little challenge to see whether I can catch on it, and I'll reveal what that is later on. So I'm not going to feed too heavily. I'm just going to put that sort of amount of hemp in quite regularly. And with hemp seed and tares, it does take a little while for the fish to come onto it, so I wouldn't expect to bite straight away. It might be an hour or so before I get my first bite, but I'm just going to be regularly topping the swim up with that sort of amount of hemp seed. Fishing about a rod and a half out, and I've got around about just under 3 foot of water there. Getting a few bubbles coming up. There are some bream in this lovely pond as well, but today I'm hoping for some roach. The roach do get up to around about a pound in here as well, so it'd be nice to get a few of those. And what I will do shortly is also start priming those margins up that are probably around about 2 foot deep. Just to my left, I'm going to fish the left hand one, and I'm going to be putting some sweetcorn in there. That's lots of bubbles. Now there are also carp in here as well, so I think that'd be fun and games if I hook one of them, particularly the lilies to my left. I have had them in the past and they've bolted off and have been pretty unstoppable, so hopefully we won't have one of those today. I'll come back again another day and fish for them specifically, perhaps shoot a video. What I'm hoping to do is get a little net full of roach. Well, that's the first fish on a tare. Nice little roach. Came a bit quicker than expected. I've been fishing for about 15 minutes, so that's promising. Just had my second roach. took about another 15 minutes or so to get that second fish. Some of the roach. In the middle. And that one came to tares. Let's try that again. I had a tangle opportunity, I think I'll call it. Cast out, realised I got quite badly tangled, so I basically started my rig again. And what I've done is I've put a much less weight down the line. Oops, a bit of a heavy cast up. And so hopefully the bait's going to fall a lot more slowly. And the other bait that I'm set myself a little challenge to see if I can catch on is this. It's wheat, cooked wheat. Now, I've used it once before. I was kindly given this tub by a friend of mine, Tom Winter. Hello Tom. But I've never actually caught a fish on it. So let's see if today's the day. So that was interesting. I had a bite straight away on wheat. So I'm going to try another piece and see if we get the same reaction. Just bring it a little bit closer in where I've been feeding. Oh, and there we have. This looks like a skimmer, actually. There we go. Beautiful. Lovely skimmer in the net on wheat. My very first fish on wheat. And there we have it. And just to prove it, got a little bit of wheat there on the hook. I'm chuffed with that. I do like firsts in fishing, and I fished for a lot of years and not caught anything on wheat before. Well, I fed a few pieces of corn close in where I've been feeding that hemp, and put a tare on the hook, and bingo, tench. Wonderful. Some of the little roach. Caught on a tare again. That's been the most successful bait today, tares. So it's been an interesting hour or two really. I started out at this line where I'm fishing now, and I had sort of sporadic bites really on various things, tares, and even caught my first fish on wheat. I've been feeding the margins, I've tried the margins, and they haven't produced anything. So I started casting further out and feeding further out, and got one or two roach further out into the middle of the pond. And then I came back in, put a bit of sweetcorn close in, and then shortly after that caught a nice little tench. Absolutely pouring down now. It's been drizzling most of the day, but it's really really coming down now. I'm glad I brought my brolly. Another roach on tare. I think my camera's steaming up a little bit with all this rain. So I'm going to have to pack up my soggy gear. It's been pouring down most of the day. I've been tucked away under the brolly, thank goodness, but it's been a tough day. I've had one fish, then two fish, and then it's gone quiet, and I've constantly had to sort of chase them around the peg and at different depths and different baits to get more bites. It's been a tricky one really. I didn't end up with one tench, and then the majority of the catch was roach, but I also had a few skimmers as well. Bait that came top of the pops was tares. I caught most fish on tares on the hook. I did catch a few on wheat, which was a first for me, so I'm chuffed to bits about that. And then I also caught a few on sweetcorn. So I will show you a photograph of the final net. So thanks for watching, good luck in your own fishing, and see you on the next one. Thank you.